Hey everybody, today I'm going to be showing you how to install a rear bumper on your Polaris RZR 1000. The first thing you're going to do is remove both rear wheels and tires. Then we're going to remove both the upper and lower radius arms from the rear fairing carrier. Pick up on the trailing arm. Remove the hardware from the upper and the lower. Then what I like to do is just take my hardware and stick it right back through there. That way we don't lose our bushings. And on this one, if you have a brake line cover, you'll have to go ahead and remove that. Then you'll just pull your trailing arm away from the bearing carrier just like that. And remove your radius arm. Stick your hardware through it, and then you'll slide it down, let it lay just like that. Then we're going to repeat the same steps for the opposite side. Next, we're going to remove this rear portion of the fascia. And just remove it from the machine once the hardware is removed. Then we're going to remove this screw on this side and the same screw on the opposite side. Then we're going to grab our drill guide out of the hardware kit and insert it right into this hole right here on the frame. Thread it in. Make sure we keep our drill guide straight. Then go ahead and fully tighten it, just like that. Then we're going to take a drill bit and drill this hole through the back side of the frame large enough for a 10mm bolt to go through. So we've got our hole drilled out big enough to fit the M10 hardware in the hardware kit. So we're just going to go ahead and remove our drill guide now. And then we'll just reinstall this factory bolt. Just like that. We'll go ahead and fully tighten it, and then we're going to repeat the same steps for the opposite side. Next, we're going to remove all 4 of our radius arms from the machine. We'll start by removing all the nuts off of all the bolts. So once we've removed all the nuts off of the radius arm bolts, what you can do is just grab a hold of all 4 at once. And just pull them right off. Set them straight down on the ground. Just be careful, if you are running a SuperATV radius arm, you want to make sure that you don't lose any of your bushings. Make sure they don't fall out on you, and if they do, make sure you get them reinstalled before we go to the next step. Before we start to install our bumper, we're going to go ahead and reinstall the rear portion of the fascia. After we've reinstalled our rear fascia, we're going to go ahead and grab the lower portion of our bumper, and we're going to attach our radius rods to the bumper, and then reattach the bumper and radius arms to the factory location on the frame. I laid my radius arms out side to side, that way I don't get them mixed up. I highly advise you guys to do that. And we're gonna go ahead and grab all 4 of our M12 bolts, and we're running our SuperATV high clearance boxed radius arms today. What we're gonna do is grab our right side lower radius arm. I'm gonna stick it on here just like this. We're gonna take one of our new radius arm bolts, slide it through just like that. We're gonna grab the opposite side lower, stick our bolt through. So once we have them on there, we're just going to go ahead and slide them into place. Once they're both lined up, we're going to go ahead and take our nuts and get our nuts started on both of our lower radius arms here. Then we're going to do the same thing for our uppers, taking the upper radius arm and sliding our bolt through. We're going to go ahead and reattach our radius arms and to make sure that you get your bushings in them. Next, we're going to be installing our bumper tubes to the upper portion of our bumper using the short M10 hardware, a flat washer, and a lock washer. Be sure to install the lock washer, then the flat washer. And then very carefully, we are going to slide this down in there. You can take a screwdriver and just kind of feed it down in there, nice and slow. That way you don't lose your lock washers. And once you get it down there, you can just take your socket, wiggle it around. We'll go right through just like that. Then we're going to take the long side of our bumper tube, thread it on there. We'll just want to thread it all the way up until it touches. You don't want to fully tighten anything yet. And then we'll do the same exact thing for the other side tube. Next, we're going to grab our long M10 bolt, a flat washer, as well as a lock washer. Be sure to install the lock washer, then the flat washer. And we're going to take our curved washer, put it up against the frame on the back side just like this, and slide our bolt through. Then we're going to line our bumper tube up. Go ahead and just get the hardware started into it. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Then once we have the upper portion of the bumper attached to the frame, we're going to go ahead and grab our clamps to couple the upper and lower portion of the bumper together. So slide it right together just like that. We're going to take our 4mm Allen, just go ahead and get all our screws started, and then we'll get it adjusted. Next, we're going to grab our end cap and our Allen headed hardware. We're just going to go ahead and install these onto each side. Now all you're going to want to do is go through, fully tighten all your hardware, reinstall your rear wheels and tires, and that's how super easy it is to install SuperATV's rear bumper on this 2019 Polaris RZR XP 1000. For more information on this bumper or any of SuperATV's great products, feel free to give us a call at 855-743-3427 or check us out online at superatv.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.